All right, hey, I just wanted to do a follow-up on a couple little rides we've done with our Turbo R. This is another one at the lot. I thought I'd show it while it's here. It's the other one that came in, and the other color scheme, super nice, darker gray with the black and a bit of red, so it goes really well together. So what I'm going to do is just give you a little feedback on how our Turbo R has ran the last couple little rides, and then following that, basically there's some video footage to kind of support that and just show it ripping around. We found a little mini racetrack, or kind of made one just in the middle of nowhere. Actually, we stumbled upon a few guys in their X3s ripping around on it, and then we started chasing around with them too, just to get a feel of the Turbo R, you know, kind of racing around amongst those X3s, and it was pretty awesome. So my feedback on that video is kind of going to go together with my feedback right now on this machine. So first of all, I'll just start with the interior of the Pro R. I can honestly say, I know a lot of people upgrade the seats and all that, but for the seats that come in a machine and stock, I actually really like these guys. I'm not in a big race to change my seats. I know the aftermarket seats are better for sure, but it's not gonna be my first thing in my first race to do. As far as the rest of the interior, I like everything else. It's pretty good. I don't have any complaints really. Ergonomics and everything, and ease to grab everything. The shifter still has, in the Turbo R, still kind of has that click in the reverse. You got to make sure you get it right. I think in the Pro R it's different, built a little different. So one of the other things too is, can't quite totally figure out why. Maybe some people like it, or anybody know why, leave me a note below. I'd love to know why. The gas pedal is down there pretty good. You can't really see it, but the brake pedal is way out in front. So to hop over from the gas, because you're pushed in, and then jump on the brake, it's a little bit funny to go back and forth. I didn't notice this super tons, but we had a few other people ride this for us to give us their feedback, and that was a common thing that came up. But other than that, seat belts, all that stuff are fine. It's great. Inside, I love it. I have no problems at all with that. Now, as far as, I just want to say, like, there's beefier looking parts on this. Like super beefier. The axles, all the A-arms, the trailing arms, right? Everything, a lot of stuff. And it's not just a thing done for looks here. It is totally performance driven and tested. You can tell. So going around here, like I said, everything's beefed up and bigger. Yes, we're wider, all that stuff. So my big feedback I got to say about this system here kind of comes down to, like, inside when you get to choose your 4 suspension modes. So we did a lot of riding in comfort, and wow, the comfort this is super nice mode. I wouldn't want it any more squishier than that, but you know, in comparison to a Turbo S comfort mode, it was better because you got a little more wheelbase. The shocks and suspension, everything is bigger and better and wider, you know, so of course it's all going to be a little bit better. But it's not just a little bit better, it's quite a bit better. Now, this is my biggest feedback point on this machine right now. When we had it in track mode, which tightens everything up, you can see in the video, if you watch the X3s coming around the corners, especially the one where it kind of hooks around and goes upward and then kind of swings you into like a 120-degree turn kind of thing, what you're gonna see is all the super flexing coming around the corner. And when you're diving down, putting the nose and all the weight down and hard, everything kind of slows up here and there when you're trying to transit through a corner like that. And what you're gonna see with this Turbo R is that it doesn't do that. It's in such a tight mode, suspension wise. You're gonna see that all 4 tires stay evenly pretty much on the ground through that whole twist and turn and accelerating out. All 4 are spinning like right on time, right on cue with each other. It's it's pretty awesome thing. You see it in the video in a few spots for sure. So as far as, yes, this doesn't have the horsepower of the X3 still. It's the 181. I can say hands down, like I've driven a lot of these things on the track or chasing each other in different places and here and there, and I own both, and I'm gonna tell you, even though in the straightaways the X3 still has that little bit of a run from this one, it's not enough to overtake it now based on the performance and agility and suspension of this machine, the way it handles. Like it's like you just don't stop, you just rail right through all the obstacles, twists and turns. You don't have to let up the same way. Your side-by-side doesn't dip and dive and sway and all that. So yeah, it comes down to, you know, the geometry of everything, what was used, how it was decided upon, and of course the live valve dynamic system is just, it's pretty over the top in this unit. I loved it in my Turbo S, and I'm loving it even more on this. It's honestly pretty mind-blowing. So what's gonna come on the Pro R, I'm pretty excited about. And if for some reason I don't like the Pro R as much, well, we got one of these too, and this will be the keeper, because I have no problems with this one at all. So that's my main feedback at this point. A couple other things I wanted to mention is the brakes on this thing are unreal. They finally hit the mark on the brakes. Like, you know, they talk about each brake, every video, every review for years, that, oh, it has this and this and a little bit more of this and this. Well, they all came up short for 200 horsepower machines, you know. And these ones don't. They're awesome. They actually, it's like they finally made them stronger for even adding more horsepower and everything else to it, and the extra weight, super adequate. The other thing I'm gonna get back to you guys on, which I missed and I meant to that day, we never really got to push it, was the low gear. So we're gonna get that, hit on that, and really test that out. Everybody's wondering about the gearing and the low gear and the crawl and all that. So I will get back to you on that. And my final thoughts to wrap this up is, we hear it on the Pro R as well in other videos, but when you do jump this machine, it seems to have this bit of a clatter noise at the back. So this one's doing the exact same thing. What it is exactly, we don't know. I believe it's to do with the clutching. You know, you hear all the time in the Polaris is way more than everybody when you're stopping. It's quite a clatter. It just seems like there's maybe one or two extra clatters in there or something now and then. We don't know for sure. We're gonna check it out. I'm gonna video it and get it in some other kind of supervised jump situations and try to nail it down what it is. But it's not a fact that things are loose here. This system is super tight. So, you know, you can't really get much tighter here than how it's set up. All right, so enjoy the video, and we will see you on the next video with some more details. Take care.
We got lots of room.